trait system is actually an alternative of class inheritance, of class inheritance and interface system. So I'll be talking about mostly about the concepts here. So it is not about the JavaScript. This talk is not about the JavaScript actually. So before I go on to the first part of it, so I will tell you the history of the OOPS. So it started with the programming languages like C and C++, Simula and Smalltalk. They developed the OOPS model with the class and inheritance. After that, many programming languages being developed like function programming languages like Haskell. So this Rust trait system has been inspired from the Haskell type classes, and also the Scala programming language also uses the same concept. So I will show you first a very simple example of trait so that you can understand what these traits are and how we can use it. If you don't know the syntax of Rust, but you can understand it easily. So as like in C, we can define the struct. So we can define the struct in Rust. So here we have defined a struct, and so like in C++, we combine the data fields and methods together to create a class. And this in trait system, these are also separated. So these are treated separately in det. So this struct has this data field, and this is the trait. The trait name has area, and it gives the type of this function area, which takes the instance of the struct and returns this type as 64. F64 is nothing but this floating point number 64-bit. So here we have implemented. So we have defined this struct before, and the trait as like this. It is mostly similar to Java interfaces, but traits are more than that. So I will come to it later. Circle is implementing this trait and defining this method. You can see it easily. If there is any doubt about this concept, if you don't know about the interfaces, you can understand it now. So now I will tell you about how traits are different from classes and interfaces. So when we define classes, methods are defined by defining the class. They cannot be defined after that, except there is an exception, Ruby. Ruby classes can be extended. But here in trait system, methods are defined when a struct implements a trait. So this is one difference. Class is defined only once at one place. So you can not define the class after that. After you are done with defining the methods, you cannot add some method to the class. But here a struct can implement any number of different traits at different places. So this is the difference between trait and class, trait system and class. Interface versus trait. A class has to implement all interfaces at once. So here I am talking about the interfaces of Java. So while you implement the interface in Java, you have to implement at once when you are defining the class. You cannot implement it after that. But here in trait system, you can do it. You can actually define a trait on a standard library struct and implement it later. Interface doesn't contain default methods. So before Java 8. So in trait, while defining the trait, you can put some methods, you can define some methods. These are called default methods. So this is the basic difference. And there is another thing too. A trait can have a requisite list of other traits. While a trait is defined like this, trait has area, it can tell what are the other list of traits that must be defined by the implementer before implementing this trait. So I think I will be giving examples here in JavaScript, and you will understand how we can use this concept in JavaScript. Suppose I created a library. It's a very small library. It's not a framework, and I created it just for the use for me myself, and it is just a 150 lines of code. I will tell you about it later. So we can see the use of it. So it is about the concepts, not the library. You can also create it. So suppose we create this, say hello trait. So trait is actually a function. It can be, so instances can be created from this. So the library provides this trait, and we can create in this syntax, say hello trait, and we have to provide the name so that it can contain itself, and then we provide the list of the JSON object containing the methods. So here it is given like it is unimplemented and will be implemented later. And this it is implemented here. So this state is defined like this.
There is a like special use case we have in like what do you say, in life cycle. Let's suppose my base class is there, which has some kind of a X method. Let's suppose there is a X method, and my 50 components has some repeated code.
Okay.
Every time I need to write the repeated code, so I can define the mixin for that X. So if you use mixin with the ES6, then the benefit is like you can define X two places and they are connected. So this will call X and it will call another X also. What I mean to say is like the UI problems, which basically like the polyphysism is like which is shown is which is we don't inquire much on the front end side. Like we encounter like if you want to divide like in a components kind of cycles, like there we need mixins more.
Okay.
And like if you use like maybe if you can add some mixing feature which will be more useful for the front end.
So I look into your feature. I think things can be done using trait only. So what you are telling that the methods are defined in the mixin, so it can be defined in another trait. So trait can be implemented by different constructors. So they will get all the methods by that. So after that we have implemented the equal trait. Square has implemented this equal trait. Square tries to implement the rectangle trait here, and it defines a function width and height here. Width and height were the property traits, trait.property, so they can be used directly using self.width or self.height. So here I am adding another method to square. So I am not giving any trait here, so it will be directly added to the prototype of square. I have not defined it here, so anything can be defined here. So it is just for the example. So suppose here if I create the new instance of square, we can calculate the area. So when we calculate the area here, so since square implements the rectangle trait and rectangle implements the shape trait, and shape trait has the function area, so it can use it ultimately. So this was kind of an inheritance in this trait system, and once we are using it, area is defined like self.width into self.height, and since you have defined the rectangle trait, these two are available to it. So it can use it. So it uses this. So it gives this square area. So there are also many methods, like you can check if you want. So suppose you want to check if a constructor is does implement another trait or not, you can do it by square dot does implement rectangle trait. So it will give true. If you pass any other object or any other trait, it will give false. So here you can see it also implements the equal trait. Equal trait was being implemented by the rectangle trait. So it's a different system, but there are also some profits. So it's not about this JavaScript only, it's about the concept. The new programming languages like Go and Rust are not using classes at all. So there must be something inside this new concept. Okay, I think my talk is done. Thank you.